Hi guys, today I'm going to do a get ready with me / first impressions of some Burberry makeup that I picked up. But I'm going to do my base first of all, and I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Stay in Place makeup in Intensity 1.0 because I have some fake tan on right now, and this is one of my slightly darker foundations, and I think it kind of oxidizes on me throughout the day, so it's pretty much the only one that I would go to wear when I'm tanned. In fact, this is probably the foundation I'm going to take with me on holiday. I haven't decided yet. I haven't kind of gone through everything and picked everything out, but I think this probably will be it. I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush to blend that out. I'm not going to just put it everywhere, I'm just going to kind of focus it on the areas that I need it. And then really just a tiny bit of concealer I think I'll be able to get away with today. Fake tan is basically makeup in itself after all. Maybe a touch on my chin. I've had some major breakouts recently. I'm going to just zoom you in slightly. It might be a little bit better. Yeah, I've had some major breakouts recently. I don't know what it's all about. Probably hormonal, especially on my chin. But the concealer that I've been reaching for, both for blemishes and for my under eyes recently, is the Healthy Mix one. I was looking for a new concealer a little while ago, and I asked you guys, so many of you told me I needed to try this one, so thank you to those of you that recommended it because I really, really like it. I'll definitely pick up some more in the future. It's definitely, it's not heavy, but it definitely conceals more than my Maybelline one that I love, the Maybelline Age Rewind. It's heavier than that, it's got more, but it doesn't feel heavier, it doesn't crease, which is amazing because I've had major creasing issues recently. The powder I'm going to use is the Bourjois Healthy Balance, in, what do I have this in? Something slightly too dark, I think, 52. I can't see a number anywhere, but I think, oh yeah, 52, there it is, blind. It is 52. Now I'm going to do a little bit of something eyebrows wise, but nothing major because I would just want to see how, I don't know what the makeup's going to look like and I don't want to go way bold on my brows and then be like, oh, it doesn't go with anything. And this is MAC Fling. My all-time favourite brow product. I think the only way that they could make it better if they put a little spoolie on the end to brush through my brows afterwards. Especially when I'm super blonde, when I've just had my roots done. And you can't, I mean now, my roots are so dark, I could get away with quite a dark brow. But when I've just had them done and there's nothing, this is really the only thing that can look something like natural. Because you can really pencil them in quite lightly. I can go quite heavy with this and get quite a dark, defined brow as well. I've fallen back in love with it because I thought that I'd run out. I was going to pick one up, a brand new one, and just put it in my travel makeup bag so that I knew I had enough for my trip. Because you never know with these, you can't twist them all the way up to see how much you've got left. Once you've twisted it up, you can't twist it back down again. So you never know when you're going to run out until you run out, which is really annoying. I always have to have a backup. But I found this, I thought I'd finished one, and I'd obviously picked up the wrong one, and I found it had some left in it, so I've fallen back in love with it. I was trying to find other things that would work as well, and there are ones, but I still love that one the best. So, now I have my base. I will just get out a couple of eye things for in case I need them, but otherwise everything else will be with my new Burberry makeup. So, let's start with eyes. I picked up this palette, which you will have seen in my haul, that looks like this. How beautiful is that? It's called Gold, and I wasn't going to get, oh, there's something a little bit luxurious about that. I wasn't going to get one of the eye quads, and I actually swatched some of the eye quads and wasn't impressed at all. So I wasn't going to get one. I was just not, I really wanted to get Pale Barley. People rave about that. At some point I will pick it up, but they didn't have it in stock. And then she showed me this, and it was limited edition, and it just swatched so much nicer than the other quads that I tried, so I thought, hell, I'm not going to be able to get it forever, it's limited edition. You know that stressful feeling. So I'm going to put that corner colour all over my lid. I don't want to prime or anything because I really want to see how it works by itself. So far, that's not giving me the world's best payoff, given how expensive it is. Now I'm going to go in with that colour there. That kind of cooler, bronzy shade. So far, gotta say, I'm not hugely impressed. And there's quite a bit of fallout whilst I'm trying to get a decent colour. Okay, I'm going to go in with the very, very darkest colour. I have a feeling that this other one is not going to do much, but I'm going to try and use all of them. And just... I really expected that to do something. Okay, I'm going to go in with that more goldeny bronze colour there and try it on the outer half of my lid. Not getting much from this at all. It's pretty, but seriously, I can't believe how expensive that palette is for the payoff that I got with that look right there. I have every single colour on, and it's a nice bronzy look, but I'm just not seeing anything groundbreaking whatsoever. I'm going to go in with the super dark colour. I say super dark in here, underneath my eye. And see, I mean, even that, it's just not... I'm going to use this Rimmel Scandalise nude liner on my waterline. And then I'm just going to go in with mascara because I don't really know what else to do, to be quite honest. It's nice, but I would seriously liken the quality of those shadows to like an MUA palette. I know some people love MUA, but I never found them to be particularly pigmented unless you wet them or put them over primer. I mean, they were fine when you swatched them. I did plenty of swatch videos and I was like, wow, this is so impressive. And this really kind of compares to XYZ. But when you actually tried to use it with a brush on your eye, it was a totally different product. And I feel like that is exactly what this Burberry quad is. Which is just, I can't explain how disappointed I am because I do not spend that kind of money on a full eyeshadow palette. And I really expected it to be kind of groundbreaking, and it's just really, really not. Okay, moving on, let's try the blush. The blush that I got is called Cameo, and from the swatches that I saw online, this seems to be quite a popular one. So I'm going to use, what should I use? What to use? I think I'm going to use this brush, which is like an angledy kind of brush. I've been wearing blush more kind of high on my cheeks recently, but I'm going to try kind of blend it down to my cheeks. I feel like this is more of a kind of natural kind of flush. Oh, wow! That smells so strongly of roses, I can't even believe that. And it's really quite pigmented. I've already applied too much. Wow, I really can't believe that. I need to smell the eyeshadow now to see whether or not that... No, the eyeshadow doesn't smell anything. I haven't seen a lot about Burberry makeup, so I don't know if that's a thing across all of the range or what, but I cannot get over how strongly that is scented. That could put some people off. I'm not a big rose-scented fan. I know that it's like the thing of the moment and all, and I know this is a quintessentially English brand and maybe that's why they've done it, but that is a very strong scent. I think they've kind of hedged their bets with it being quite popular at the moment. It's kind of a trend to put rose-scented everything, isn't it? Which is annoying for those of us that don't really like rose. But do you know, I really like this blush. Although it's got quite a strong pigment, which is quite difficult for me normally because I'm really heavy-handed, it's really easy to blend. I think the blush might redeem the range, although the lipstick I'm really looking forward to. I would say if you were going to spend money on kind of one thing, if you wanted something from whatever range it might be, a more expensive brand, I would always say lipstick because you can swatch it on your hand and that's kind of what it's going to look like. You know what you're getting before you actually get it home and start trying it out. It's kind of the safest thing, I would say, to spend your money on. If you just want to get one kind of luxury item, it's always going to be lipstick for me. And this is what the lipstick looks like. It's just like, oh, it's so luxurious. It feels, everything from this line feels really heavy. But there's something about the weight of this that I really like. I like that it's square, a bit different. It has the Burberry check on there, and then it has a little Burberry logo there. Now this one's matte, and the reason for that, it's one of their velvet lipsticks, which are quite new, I think. I think they came out last autumn, winter. And I feel like my lips are really dry now suddenly, thinking about matte lipsticks. But the other line is kind of the same as this, the Burberry check. So I wanted something, I'm kind of lucky that I managed to get something from pretty much all of the different packagings that you could get. But I think so far, I mean, I really liked that blush, and I would be tempted to get another one. But so far, without even trying it, I'm fairly certain that I will get another lipstick at some point. The colour that I got was number 311, which is Bright Poppy. Now, one thing I would say about the Burberry lipsticks, and oh my goodness, I have to take a picture of this before I use it because it's just too beautiful. One thing I would say about these when I was swatching them is the name is very misleading. I mean, there was one that was called Fuchsia that wasn't even remotely pink, it was red. And this is Bright Poppy, and it does have red to it, but when I swatched it, it was much more kind of a vibrant, deep purpley plum colour, not something I would say poppy. A poppy is red. So yeah, don't kind of look online at shades and trying to guess what they are. You absolutely have to look up swatches and preferably swatch them in a store. If you can't do that, then, you know, Google images are your friend, but Bright Poppy is the one that I picked. So that's the lip velvet. Very impressed with that one. It feels very creamy and smooth, although it's matte, it's very comfortable. I've heard really good things about this in that it's supposed to be hydrating and not drying at all. I don't know whether or not it's going to set to a totally matte finish or not. We shall see. I will definitely do a follow-up review of the whole, not the whole range, but the whole of everything that I have on my blogs. If you want to kind of see how things wear and stuff like that, then you can check that out in the next day or two, or even by the time this is up, it might be on my blog. If it is, I will link that below. But yeah, I really, really like that. I think they do 3, maybe 4, but I think they do 3 different finishes in lipsticks. The velvet, the lip mist, which seems to be a little bit like those ones from YSL, where they kind of a glossy balm type thing with a sheer hint of colour. They also do a balm thing. I don't know how they're different. I don't know. But the packaging of the balms are different. And then the other one is what is it called? A lip cover. So they're not called lipsticks. Depends on what they are. Lip velvet, lip cover, and lip tint. Or lip mist, sorry. So I may try some other ones in the future. If I do, let me know whether or not you want me to do kind of an expanded first impressions. But so far, massively impressed with the blush. I can't talk today. Massively impressed with the blush. Really, really like this. Would consider getting more. This is Cameo. I'm kind of on the hunt for earthy now. I managed to track that one down for Marnie because I'm sending her some bits and pieces. Don't want to, you know, spoil everything, but that was the one that I specifically went into store looking for. And now I've tried that one, I think I'm going to have to try earthy for myself if I can get my hands on it. The quad, really, really disappointing. It is so beautiful. The packaging and everything that it comes with, I mean, everything comes in these little velvet pouches. I'm not a super high-end luxury makeup kind of person. I will kind of stop at maybe MAC, Too Faced, Urban Decay. That's kind of mid-range, but that is my high-end. I don't buy Chanel, Tom Ford, that kind of thing. And so this is super luxury for me. Things that I buy don't come in velvet packages, and so for them not to exceed my expectations, for them to actually disappoint me, I'm extra disappointed because it's not something I spend money on all the time. So I don't know, I can't believe how disappointing they were. The pouch that came in had its own little brushes. That's how cute that was. So super duper paying for the packaging here. And like I said, this was limited edition. It's the gold one. You don't normally get gold. It was from the Christmas range, and they still managed to have one in, so I was like, I have to have it. I'd be really interested to see whether or not you guys have tried anything from the other eyeshadows, the other quads. I can't see how, I mean, this was the best one. When I swatched them, this was the best one. And so if this one then doesn't translate very well onto the lid, I don't know whether I am going to try any of the singles or any of the other quads. Let me know whether or not you think I should try it again. I've read really good reviews about this one. People have said that it was the standout of the festive season for all the different launches from the higher end beauty brands. So I don't really know, but it wasn't for me at all. And then the lipstick, time will tell. I really like the colour. The thing with the lipsticks for me, they weren't particularly groundbreaking in colour. Everything was very neutral. I was looking for something quite bright because I like my bright pinks and stuff, and they didn't really have anything. Everything was very, the whole brand is very neutral. Some of the blushes seemed to be quite fun, and they had some lip glosses that were a little bit more fun, but the lipsticks were very kind of drab, and the shade selection was, there were like 15 different kind of nude, that kind of stuff. And if you're looking for something a little bit different, you're probably not going to find it at Burberry. This is something that I could easily dupe from somewhere else. It's probably very similar to something else that I have in my drawer right now, in my kind of everyday stuff. So it's not like, wow, look at this lipstick, it's amazing. And the formula even, it's okay so far, but it's not something that I would kind of write home about. And they're not cheap, but I still probably would buy another one, just purely because, you know, it's cute, the packaging. I need one in the shiny packaging next. But definitely the standout of the three has to be the blush. I would definitely recommend that you check these out. Can't believe how strongly scented of roses it is. But I struggle with blush, and I've tried a lot of different blusher brands, a lot of different makeup brands for blusher. And that was one of the best for me for blendability. Which is something that I really struggle with because, like I say, I'm heavy-handed. So the blusher was definitely the standout. But if you guys know of anything from the range that you think I would like, or you would think I should try, then please let me know. And yeah, that's it for my kind of first impressions. So that's Get Ready For Me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!